Outside in the lobby, you can see some of the posters on your way out. But we think Tiger is going to catapult us even further ahead and drive the copycats a little crazy. Because there are over 150 new features in Tiger. Some of them are just groundbreaking, as you'll see here today. So, Tiger, let's get started. We don't have time to go through 150, but I want to show you about 10 of the new features. First of all, of course, Tiger is OS X. It's Unix-based, and OS X is the #1 Unix in the world by volume, by unit shipments. #1. And in Tiger, the biggest request we got was for 64-bit. And so Tiger is going to deliver on this. In Tiger, you can have 64 bits in any process you want. Any process can be a 64-bit process. We have a 64-bit system library. You can run these 64-bit processes right alongside 32-bit processes. And we have industry standard LP64 support in GCC. So 64-bit processes, if you need to address a lot of memory, whether it's for giant images, animation, scientific calculations, database, you can have 64-bit processes now in any process you want in Tiger. We've also added some other things that people have asked for, some better fine-grained locking for better SMP performance. Access control lists have been a big request. And we've built in Xgrid. And these are a few of the many, many things we've done to keep our Unix one step ahead of the rest of the world and continue to remain the #1 Unix system. But we also have to play in a Windows world. And we are constantly trying to make OS X a better citizen in that world as well. And so we've enhanced Tiger to give much better SMB performance, SMB home directories, authentication with Kerberos and whatever that is. HTML email composition was a big request. And another big request is TextEdit is now going to support Microsoft Word tables, which is a big request. So a lot of things to make us an even better citizen in the Windows world. Now, I'd like to talk about what I think is the most revolutionary feature of Tiger. It is going to be a revolution. And we think we are years ahead of Longhorn. The other guys have been talking about it. We've been doing it. And we're going to show you it today. And that is search. Now, what's all the big deal about searching? Well, you know, we started off in 1984 with this great metaphor of you put things in file folders. And a few years later, we all had a lot of file folders. Now we have a zillion file folders, and you can't find anything. It's impossible to find anything. It's easier to find something from one of a billion websites on the web with Google than it is to find something on your hard disk, right? So we have to solve this. Well, how do we solve it? Well, we realized we already had solved it. We already had solved this problem. We solved it in iTunes. You can find a song by its title, by the artist's name, by the album it's on. You can find one song out of thousands or even tens of thousands of songs in a second just by typing it into the search field of iTunes. Boom! Live searching happens in an instant. We already had solved this problem. What we had to do was apply this to the entire system. And that's what we have done. And the technology we've developed to do that is called Spotlight. Spotlight search technology. And here's the kinds of things you can do with it. You can ask the question, let's find the keynote presentations from Phil that I opened last week, right? And boom, they'll pop up. Find all my WWDC planning documents. Boom, they'll pop up. Give me all my CMYK images at 1200 DPI for a particular client. Boom, they'll pop up. Stuff we've never been able to do before. Spotlight is really fast. It's architected super cleanly. It's just like iTunes. It's automatic. It supports all standard file formats and metadata formats, and it's extensible. So you can adapt it to yours if you're doing something a little off the beaten path. And it works with all current apps. You can search the documents of the apps you already own. You have to go buy new apps. It works with all the current apps. And so we've taken, the first thing we've done is we've taken this Spotlight technology and we've integrated it in to apps. Right into the Finder, to Address Book, to Mail, and to System Preferences. And so to start off with Spotlight, I'd like to give you a demo of what we've done with these 4 apps and what you can do with your apps. So let's go ahead and bring up the Finder. Now, on this system here, we've loaded over 100,000 files. So I have over 100,000 files in the system. And I'm just going to go ahead and search for something just in the search field right here. I'll just go search for Pixar. Boom. Found 48 items here instantly out of 100,000. And you notice that Pixar isn't in the title of most of these. And there's no information that says it's Pixar. Turns out it picked it up in the copyright information. There's some metadata on these files. It says they're copyright Pixar. Boom, picked it up. Matter of fact, it even has the year. So I can say Pixar 2002. Those are the files that have something to do with Pixar in 2002. Pixar in 2003, boom, there we go. And I can click any one, obviously, to go right there. It's that simple. Let me go ahead and search for iMac. Boom, finds 53 items for iMac, all different types, right in the Finder. And I want to go ahead and refine this search because I just want presentations, let's say. So I push this little plus button over here, and it says kind, any, and I can just say kind presentations. Boom. Those are the presentations. Kind movies, boom, got a lot of movies here. Or I can say kind images, boom. And I want to refine this even further, and I can say, you know, I last viewed, today. You know, when was last viewed today? How about this week? Those reviewed this week, whatever. But I don't want to do last viewed, I want to do color space. And I'll do CMYK. These are the CMYK files in images having to do with iMac. That easy. Not so bad. Now, let's say I want to reference these files a lot, and I'm going to be adding and subtracting them, and I want to keep track of them. I can just save this query by pushing this button as a smart folder, and I'll put iMac CMYK. Boom. And now I can do other things like this, and I can always go back here, and boom, the query is performed. I get up-to-date results. I just have a smart folder right in the Finder. So this is all using the Spotlight technology. It was very easy to build into the Finder like this. And let me then go show you Address Book. We've built it into Address Book as well, where we all know and love Address Book. And now we can search for Paris, and it will find everything having to do with Paris, some restaurants, some people, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I want to go ahead and create a group for this. So it's very easy to do that. I can just create a smart group here, and I'll name it Paris. And the card contains the word Paris in this case. And now I have a smart group for Paris. That's simple. Let me make another one, though, that's pretty cool. I'm going to call it Birthday. And we'll say that the, where's Birthday? Birthday is in the next 7 days. And it takes the birthday field, which we're adding to Address Book. And now I've got everybody's birthday in there that's going to happen in the next 7 days, a smart folder that's always up to date. I can go back here, and I'll add another V card in here, which happens to have a birthday this week. Oh, 8 new cards. Great. Go ahead and add them. And you see birthday highlights here because it's changed and it's added a new person right there. So that's what we've done with Address Book. Now let's go on to Mail. This is Mail. I have over 50,000 email messages in about 18 mailboxes on the system right here. And so let me go ahead and search for something. Yosemite. Boom. That fast. It searched every mailbox that I have. Over 50,000 email messages, and just came back with these 4 having something to do with Yosemite. And if I want to make a smart mailbox, again, I can just go up here and say New Smart Mailbox, and I will say Yosemite, and let's see, I will say entire message contains Yosemite. Boom. And I've now got a mailbox over here called Yosemite, which is going to have this stuff in it as mail messages come and go, always up to date, using the Spotlight search technology. Now I'd like to show you what we've done with System Preferences. You notice on System Preferences, we've simplified the app by taking out that Favorites bar at the top where you might put your favorite panels. We've done something a little nicer with Spotlight technology. I'm going to look, let's say I want to change my, something on my keyboard, and I can't remember where it is. I just type right there. Boom. And as I go through these things, it'll show me where I want to be. And I push one, boom. You know, keyboard shortcuts, you know, wherever it is I want to be. Boom. Right there. Very, very easy. Let me find another one for you here. Let's say I want to change my desktop picture. So desktop, I've got Apple Remote Desktop, dock position, screensaver, boom. Just go right there. Now, another thing we've done is we've built in, a lot of people are switching from Windows to Mac at any given time, and they have different words in their heads, like they don't think of desktop pictures, they think of wallpaper. So, of course, wallpaper, start typing it in, you get desktop picture right there. Takes you to exactly the same place. Also, let me type in airport. Whoops. Airport. And again, you know, I can get various things with airport, but I can also type in Wi-Fi, get the same stuff, or even 802.11, get the same stuff. So it's really smart about this. It's going to help people find stuff.